I left significant facial scarring uncovered on a plane and got confrontational when a father asked me to cover it because it was scaring his son. So I was flying from Denver to Chicago last month, middle seat unfortunately because I booked last minute for a work thing. The burn scars on the left side of my face and neck are pretty intense. I got them in a house fire when I was 15, and after like 8 surgeries, they're as good as they're gonna get. Most of the time, I just live my life normally, but sometimes people stare or make comments. I'm settling into my seat, got my earbuds in, trying to get comfortable for the 3-hour flight. There's this dad sitting across the aisle with his kid who looks maybe 6 or 7 years old. The kid keeps peeking over at me and whispering to his dad. I'm used to it, honestly. Kids are curious, and that's fine. About 20 minutes into the flight, the dad gets up and comes over to me. He taps my shoulder and I pull out my earbuds. He's got this nervous smile and he goes, "Hey man, sorry to bother you, but my son is getting really upset about your face. Could you maybe put a mask on or turn toward the window? He's having a hard time." I just stared at him for a second because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Excuse me?" I said. He's like, "Look, I'm not trying to be rude, but you're really freaking him out. Can't you just cover it up or something? We've got 2 more hours left." The whole row around us went dead quiet. The lady next to me stopped reading her book, and this businessman guy in front of us turned around to look. I felt my face getting hot, which is weird because half of it doesn't have much feeling left. "Are you seriously asking me to hide my face because your kid doesn't like looking at it?" I said, and my voice was definitely getting louder. He's all defensive now, like, "I'm just trying to make this easier for everyone. Kids don't understand this stuff." That's when I completely lost it. I stood up in the aisle and said, "Your kid doesn't understand? Well, here's a teaching moment for free. Sometimes people look different because bad things happen to them. Maybe instead of asking me to hide, you could teach your son not to stare at people." The flight attendant came rushing over because people were starting to film with their phones. The dad is trying to backtrack like, "I didn't mean it that way. I just thought maybe..." "You thought maybe what? That I should make myself invisible so your precious kid doesn't have to learn that the world isn't perfect?" I was pretty much yelling at this point. The flight attendant, this older woman named Janet, she was actually really cool about it. She asked the dad to return to his seat and told me I was absolutely within my rights to exist as I am, but the damage was done. The whole plane was staring now and the kid was crying. I sat back down and put my earbuds back in, but I could feel everyone's eyes on me for the rest of the flight. Some people were giving me supportive looks, but others seemed uncomfortable. The dad kept shooting me angry glances and trying to comfort his kid. When we landed, this woman who'd been sitting a few rows back came up to me at baggage claim. She had tears in her eyes and she said, "My daughter has a cleft palate and I deal with this kind of thing all the time. Thank you for standing up for yourself." But then as I'm walking to the taxi line, the dad catches up to me. He's like, "I hope you're happy. My son had nightmares the whole trip to see his grandma. All I asked was for you to be considerate." I turned around and looked him dead in the eye. "Your son having nightmares isn't my problem. Your failure to prepare him for the fact that people look different is your problem. Maybe next time use it as a chance to teach empathy, instead of asking someone to hide their trauma." He just walked away shaking his head, but I heard him mutter something about people these days under his breath.